there's so much that needs to be done right now. I'm a little overwhelmed, you know, like I'm a little frozen as I look at the different things that need to be handled. And I'm just like, Lord, where do I start? Like, what do I... The rain is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. It's like things grow so much better from the rain that God gives us from the sky versus the water that comes from these water hoses. But what happens is everything gets out of control. Let me show you. Yeah. In a way, it's beautiful, but it's also a mess at the same time. That's just one area. And then there's this. We were keeping this train to stay in a one specific area, and that's completely not the case anymore. But there are some really good things going on. For instance, I gotta go ahead and pull these Kohlrabi. The ones that are ready are so big, so I'm gonna pull those and show you. I can't do it while I'm holding the camera, but I'm gonna pull those. I'm gonna pull those beans, harvest what's left on those. And this section from like where that hoop is at to here, I can incorporate some planting of quite a bit of items. Over here we have tomatoes literally growing in pots. You see that? They're literally growing in their pots because I have not been able to plant them. And then this guy is supposed to be going up the trellis. It's everywhere else. So yeah, lots of work to be done. And I would normally do like a time lapse and set up the camera and let you see everything, but it is so important that I get this done before this heat is out of control that I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to show you some things in the interim. Okay, so I've gotten most of this, I want to say this is a butternut. It could be a tromboncino. I'm not really sure, but I've gotten most of it up. And in the process, y'all, look at how humongous these comfrey leaves are. Look at this. Huge. That's my hand. Look at that. My word. So obviously we are ready to start harvesting. I mean, like, it's all tangled up in there with the squash, but man, look at that. Now I have another one. And you would think that this thing is native here, like it's been here forever. I only planted this, I believe, in March, and it was about that big. Oh my gosh, this is nuts. I'm so excited though, because the uses of comfrey are just like, there's so many. So it's about to flower. See that? About to flower. Goodness gracious. Oh, I think we have some flowers up in there. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Wow. Yeah, Brian, go ahead and continue. Okay. Keep pulling, and if you get another big one like this, bring it over here and I'll prepare it for storage. The beans, if you see beans on there, pull the beans off. Okay. So yeah, this is one of our storage varieties. So yeah, that's a good size one. Just put it right down here, and I'll work on them. So they're supposed to be good for long-term storage, and we're gonna get an opportunity to see this year. I'm gonna probably use most of these in some type of way. I gotta research, but we really just like to eat them fresh. So I'm not sure if there's any other preservation techniques that we can use. I've also wanted to experiment with fermentation of these as well. You can see that something has been working on it at the bottom. I saw a pill bug earlier. It must have fell off. But yeah, that's what we're working on now. Getting these harvested and just gonna snip all these branches of leaves off. Oh, yep, worms. See that? And just probably leave the ones at the very top. All right. So I got this little thingy here to kind of help with the heat. Excuse Brady. He's up on the hill, and he's he's not been allowed to be down here and eat my kohlrabi, so he's upset. But yeah, you can see it's blowing. I have it on, I think I have it on medium. Let me see if I can bump it up a little bit, because it's definitely getting hot. There we go. Yeah, buddy. What's really nice about it too is because the air is blowing, it blows the bugs out of your face. So that was a benefit I did not realize that I was going to get from it. So I like that. But let me show you something real quick. There's more over there, Brian. Yep, right there. So this is our harvest, the remaining of our kohlrabi. This is after we've eaten it for ourselves. This is after we've sold quite a bit at market. And this is also after the ones that were like too small to do anything with have been discarded, or Brady has made them his personal chew toy. But yeah, that's where we are. I think some of them are so big, like this one here. It's huge, but you can see where some of the pests had tried to get into it right there. But of course, for us, we'll just cut around that. But yeah, some of them are so big that this right here is a good 2 pounds easy. So I'm thinking this is about 10 to 15 pounds easy right here. If you have any good fermentation recipes, or we made coleslaw with this before, just using the shredded kohlrabi in place of cabbage, that was good. But yeah, if you've got any recipes that you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments. Okay, Brady. I'm almost done. Okay, so this area over here has been harvested. We just got to go through and just clear any of the little grassy weeds that have come through. And I really need to get the weed eater and get around the edges to keep this grass from falling over in there. Also, the walkway is pretty done as well. Oh yeah, it's a mess, y'all. It's a mess. So in this space, we're going to put some of our organic plant starts there. We have stevia, we have more comfrey, we have lavender, we have rosemary, and I also have a couple of gherkins, cucamelon, I think that's what they're called, that I want to trellis up right here on this particular trellis. Over here we have some lemon cucumbers, and we have grapes there. And these lemon cucumbers are really worrying me, because usually by now they've produced a lot, and they've not produced one. That's, I think, 2 different plants. No, that's 3. Well, one is just not doing so well. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know, but we're gonna put those other ones down here on this end. I'm gonna decide which perennials I want to put down there. I'm thinking maybe in that corner there I want to put the lavender, and or either the comfrey, because the comfrey is on that other corner. And then maybe, anyway, I don't know, I'll figure it out, and we'll be back after we get it planted. Okay, so since the start of this video, when we were down there planting those tomatoes, it's been about a week, and every day that during that week we have had thunderstorms. And I tell you, there is so much work to be done. We were finally able to, Brian pulled up all the beans, all the kohlrabi from this section here that you're looking at, up against the trellis back there in the back. Although they don't look great now, those are some more cucumbers. And in addition to these right here, they're the only ones that we have planted outside of the high tunnel. Okay, so that's about 8 cucumbers, 8 or 9 cucumbers that we have outside of the high tunnel. Those 3 lemon cucumbers and these suyo longs that we just put in up against this trellis. Again, they don't look great now, but they have been in those containers for quite a while. I'm hoping they're not stunted. I'm going to give them a good fertilization and hope that they take off. All right. Also in this area, we have planted more comfrey. Where is right there. That's comfrey. And right there is rosemary, and there is rosemary. And I know that rosemary can get pretty big, and I really do want this area to just explode with perennial growth. Comfrey is one of those that will thrive in just about any type of situation from what I've seen. And so I'm not concerned about it being too close to this rosemary. As a matter of fact, over there where I showed you earlier, it's been shaded by that vining squash, and it's still doing quite well. So I'm wondering if the shade actually helps. So eventually, hopefully that will be the case for this one here. And you'll notice that a lot of these leaves are not dark green as you would expect them to be, between the heavy rains that they've been getting, because they have been outside exposed to all that, and the fact that they were in pots would be a contributing factor to that. So again, hopefully now that their roots can really spread out and grow, that they will pull all the nutrients they need from the soil. And this is some good soil. We came across a bunch of earthworms, and I just tried to cover them back up and tuck them back in and thank them for their service. We have 3 coneflowers right there. It is 1, 2, and 3 that I've known coneflower to get very tall. So hopefully that's what those will do and come out above the rosemary. We'll see. Even if they don't, I don't have anywhere else that I want to have coneflower that I feel like it will be safe to stay. So right now that was the only place that I had. So it is what it is. And then we have lavender. You can see it's already blooming. Beautiful flowers. This flavor will be more pleasant than the lavender that we already have, and we do use it for cooking and other edible applications, but the flavor is a bit strong. This one should be a bit milder and a bit more palatable for eating purposes. And then okay, those 2 there are anise hyssop. We got those with the idea of having teas. I'm using them for teas. So I still have more research to do, but my mind just says get it, plant it, and then figure out the rest, as you go. That's been the way I've really done a lot of this. Now, I'm a big researcher, but sometimes I don't do that research ahead of time. Sometimes I do that research along with my planting and growing. So that's one of those that I've definitely done that way, as well as the stevia that you see there. Those 2 are stevia, and then behind it there is another comfrey. So I did spread those 2 out a bit from each other, because I figure if they both got as big as that one there, they don't need to be right up on each other. All right. So when these sunflowers come out, the ones on the back, the 1, 2 stems that are 4 stems that are broken on the front here, we did put tomatoes on those, and then you see the one that's leaning over there that literally fell from all of the wind and rain. I'm just gonna pull that one up, but those ones in the back, we're gonna pull them up from the root, and that will give us some more planting space. I will probably put down there with those peas up against that trellis there, right here, all along there. I'm going to probably interplant a few tomatoes that we have, and then in the bed space I'm probably going to put oregano. It likes to run across the ground, and I think that's a good little area for it to have for doing that. So that's for another day, because right now it is so steaming hot out here that I'm indecent. Like, I'm literally, like, I'm not even going to show you how awful I look right now. It's horrible. And I believe that this little fan thing helped a lot. I think I would have been in before now. We literally had to take the dog in because he was like, Mama, I can't do it no more. So we took him in, and now we're gonna follow suit, and we're gonna go and replenish our fluids. We're gonna hydrate, and we're going to get cleaned up and rest. And we have Bible study tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, that's our day. So if you happen to be dealing with some real extremes in the weather too, just remember to stay hydrated. Do things in short spurts. Don't go outside and just try to do a marathon, because y'all, it's not safe. Hydrate. As you see, these plants are not doing well. If they don't get the proper nutrients, you are the most fragile flower in the garden, my friend. You got to make sure that you hydrate and feed yourself and get all the proper nutrients first, so that you can be here for your plant babies. All right, and that's my pep talk for today. Y'all have a good one. We're gonna admire these beautiful skies from indoors in the air conditioner. This is Sheena. Y'all have a fantabulous day.